We want to break back in because we are learning more details about an alleged human trafficking case. Utah Highway Patrol saying that they discovered during a traffic stop.
UHP says it happened yesterday on I-15 near Washington County when they pulled over Tavon Cullors for speeding and found a missing teen from Massachusetts. Let's listen in.
That's what we're being told.
Is there any kind of discussion about prostitution?
There was some statements made by the female about previous encounters with prostitution. Nothing specific with this individual. That's still being investigated at this time.
So is her family coming out here to pick her up? Or?
They are making arrangements to get the family out here.
How much do troopers believe this is actually going on out on the roads? You intercepted this one. How big of a problem do you think this is out there? How often does it pass over Utah roads?
Yeah, so our interdiction officers are trained in identifying indicators of criminal activity, which are generally universal, whether it's drug trafficking, firearms, even impaired drivers, which we see a ton of. But through the investigation, sometimes you do find out that there's human trafficking that's being transported on our highways. Over the last 2 or 3 years, we probably see a half dozen cases each year.
The other question is, how important is it as far as just troopers assessing a situation? I feel like that comes into play a lot, right? Because it's like initially it's a traffic stop or something else, and I think you always kind of have to be watchful for just signs that something else is wrong, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these officers that's what they're looking for. Everything from nervousness, behavior, to any type of indicator that's physical, with the documentation of the vehicle, or anything that's provided to the officer. But a lot of that comes out through clarifying questions and just talking to the occupants during a traffic stop.
Captain, would you one more time please state what happened? They didn't.
Push the button.
Tell us what happened at the arrest.
Okay. So earlier this week, one of our troopers made a traffic stop on a vehicle traveling southbound on I-15 in Washington County. During the traffic stop, there was the odor of controlled substance, which led to an investigation and a search of that vehicle. During the investigation, our trooper determined that the female in the vehicle was a juvenile, was reported missing out of Massachusetts. She was being transported by an adult male back to either Las Vegas or Los Angeles, California.
How much does social media play into something like this?
Well, I think it's pretty common these days. It's easy for any type of perpetrator to access a vulnerable possible suspect, and it's very common.
Do you see this often?
We're seeing it more common.
What's kind of the overriding emotion from troopers when you are able to intervene in a situation like this that could have potentially meant some harm to this girl?
Yeah, I mean it's a life-changing event, right? We don't know what was going to happen to this young lady. So there's a lot of value and pride that comes from a stop like that, just because you know that she is in a dangerous situation.
Anything else? That's good. Thank you.
Thank you.
One last question. He has been officially charged, right? That is?
Yes, he has been charged in Washington County.
Thank you.
All right, we can get all this stuff off you.
Get all the mics.
And you were just listening to UHP as they were giving this press conference in regard to locating that teen who was in Washington County. Now, we're told that the 34-year-old Tavon Cullors Tillman had bought a bus ticket from Massachusetts to Denver, where he picked up this teen. And again, this teen expressing to law enforcement that she had been a victim of prostitution before and was worried that that would happen to her again. The suspect, 34-year-old Tavon Cullors Tillman, again, located on I-15 in Washington County, has been arrested, facing charges. And police said this is becoming more and more common, so they take a lot of pride in this kind of stop, knowing that that was a life-changing moment for this teen.
And I'm glad that they mentioned that it is becoming more common. We just had a guest on this week talking about a documentary focusing on human trafficking, specifically young children here in Utah. So a really important message to get out there for parents to talk to their kids about these kinds of situations.
Most definitely. All right.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.